This week we're finishing the book of Bamidbar, the book of Numbers. And it ends with us reading a double Parsha, two Parshat. We're going to read this coming Shabbos. And it marks the end of the journey of the Jewish people in the desert. We're about to enter into the land of Israel. We've gone through this long 40-year journey in the desert, and we're now a people ready to go in. So in Parshat Matos, we read about the importance of our words, how important our words are to create a reality. And Moses tells the people that when you make a vow, you have to fulfill your vow. If you say you're going to do something, you have to do that which you say you're going to do. So I want to bring up a medrash of something that happens to every single one of us before we're born. We're told that when we are in utero, when we're about to be born, there's an angel that sits in the uterus with us and teaches us all of Torah, and also makes us vow that we will be good people, that we will not be wicked people, that we will be righteous, that we will be good in our lives. So then we get born into this world, and we traverse through life. And we live our lives with this vow that we made before we were even born, saying that we're going to be righteous people, we're going to be good people. So now I want to take us to the second of the two parshas we're going to read, which is called Parshat Maasei, about the journeys, where we now learn about all the different places where the Jewish people camped when they were in the journey in the desert, where they camped here and they went there and they traveled and they encamped. And it's a series of descriptions about the different places where we rested on this journey that we were going through. And the idea is that at every single stage along the way, there's something to learn. There's something to take from what happens to us as we travel through the desert. So too, as we travel through life, we can see life as a journey. We're born, we travel through the bridge of life, which is a very narrow bridge, we understand. And when it's the right time for us, we will end this journey that we were on in this life. And through the life that we were given, we go through many encampments, we go through many journeys, we have many struggles. We are living in an imperfect world, trying to reach some kind of perfection. I heard a lovely saying which says that the path to wholeness is through the broken, that the broken is what lets the light in. There's nothing greater, there's nothing more whole than a broken heart. So what does that mean? It means that we go through life with a lot of struggles. We go through life with opportunities to learn how to face our fears, how to face our weaknesses, how to run towards the things that we want to be more like, to journey through this world to become better people. Just like we gave this pledge, this vow that they would be better people when we came into this world. So I want to give two metaphors for how to understand the brokenness of our lives, and that this world is not a world of perfection. One is, we probably all know the story of Moses going up on Mount Sinai, getting the 10 Commandments coming down, seeing the people had created this golden calf, which was an idolatrous act. In the anger, whatever it is, that Moses throws down the tablets and they break. We have the broken tablets. God doesn't say to Moses, pick up the pieces and put them back together, glue them back together. He doesn't say to do that. He tells Moses to come back up the mountain and to receive and to make and to put together a new set. And as they left Mount Sinai, as they left at the end of their being given forgiveness, etc., and they journey forth from Mount Sinai, in the Aron, in the Ark of the Covenant, they take the new whole tablets, and they also take the broken pieces. In this Ark, in the Holy of Holies, are the broken and the whole. The broken are holy, the broken are important, the broken have value. And we are enjoined to bring those along with us, to have them with us, to treat them with sanctity, to treat them with care, and to understand what it was that brought us to the point where they got shattered, so that we wouldn't do that again. There's lessons to be learned from the broken. So here's one way of understanding brokenness. It's holy, and we bring it with us, and we put it in our holiest holiest, in our Ark of the Covenant, and we travel with it. We carry it with us as a memorial, as a memory, as something to understand, something to learn from, something to take care of, something to be in focus, to keep it in focus. So that's one way of understanding brokenness. And another way to understand brokenness is this beautiful art the Japanese do when they have a broken vessel. I understand that they put it back together with gold, with liquid gold. They stick the pieces back with liquid gold. So what they have after the vessel has been broken and it's just pieces, and they put it back together with gold, it's a new vessel which now has gold in it. And what a metaphor that is for a life where we have brokenness and we're shattered. And we take that into ourselves, and we try to put ourselves back together again with gold. And the gold perhaps is greater compassion, greater love, greater giving, greater something, just more something that we become because we were broken at one point. And we put ourselves together and we become more whole. We become people with that gold that is integrated into us. Perhaps it's a way of understanding the notion of post-traumatic growth, where through the pain, through the suffering, we grow and we become more, and we become people, a person with gold that's holding us together. So I think these are two lovely ways of understanding the journey that we're on, the journey through life, with periods where we're growing, periods where we're moving, periods where we're stopping and we're just taking stock and we're encamping and we're rooting ourselves, and everything in between, everything that's happening in our lives is something that's helping us grow to be the best person that we could be, to fulfill the vow that we made back in utero, where we promised to be righteous people, that the classroom, the life that we're living is allowing us, giving us tools to work on ourselves, to birth ourselves into the next world as the best possible versions of ourselves that we could be, and that everything that happens to us is tailor-made. So finally, the other piece I want to bring out of the second of the two Torah readings that we read is the notion of the Ir Miklat, the city of refuge. If a person accidentally killed somebody, if you were chopping down a tree with an axe and you lifted your axe up and the head of the axe flies off and it hits somebody in the head and you kill them by accident. So now you have a city of refuge you can flee to, so that the family of the person who you have killed can't come and exact revenge upon you. So you have a city you can go to where you're safe, where you can live, where you can not have fear of retribution, and you can live in this city of refuge. And I don't want to go into all the laws of the city of refuge, but just that there's this place where you can go, and there were 6 of them. So what's super interesting is that in the Shema, the prayer, one of the most important prayers of the Jewish people is the Shema, and the first sentence of the Shema is Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. 6 words that are our foundational teaching that of the understanding that God is one. There is oneness to the world, and God is one with the world and is one. So we can have a conversation about that, but just the idea of the oneness, and that the Shema has six words in that first sentence, likened unto the 6 cities of refuge, meaning that in the Shema, in this understanding of the oneness of God, there's a place of refuge. That understanding that God is one, then there's nothing to fear. We can go into that place of understanding there's oneness of God, that God's with us, that God loves us, that God's in control of everything, and that God is helping us in our journey. God is always present with us. It's intimately involved with our lives, and we can have that knowledge, and we can have that trust, and we can have that lack of fear. That's likened unto the city of refuge, that the Shema is a place we can go that's safe, where we feel that we have no fear. So if I pull this all together, before we were born, we made a vow that we are enjoined to live up to, that we will be righteous people, that we will be good people. Then we journey through life a life where we're born into this world and we exit the world at the other end, hopefully after many years of productive life. But in that life, we have struggles. It's a world of imperfection. It's not a perfect world. It's not meant to be a perfect world. But the imperfections of the world are beautiful, and we bring them with us, just like the tablets that we put into the Ark of the Covenant. We put those broken pieces in the Ark along with the whole, and we carried that with us because that was sacred. It was holy. It was important to carry those along with us as a memory, as a something to bring with us. It was important that it remains. It's not something we discard and get rid of. It's something we hold and we keep. And the idea that sometimes the brokenness can be filled, can be brought back to a new wholeness, not the same wholeness, a new wholeness that has gold in it, because the brokenness of our lives sometimes can help us grow and help us inject ourselves with gold of loving kindness, gold of goodness, gold of love, and that we put those into the cracks and they become part of who we are as our new whole. And so as we travel through this life, this narrow bridge, where the path to wholeness is through the brokenness, where the brokenness allows the light in, where the brokenness allows us to fill it with gold or not, or to carry the broken pieces along with us. And that we have the Shema as a calling to say, this is where you'll find refuge. You'll find refuge in the oneness of God, understanding this is temporary, understanding that that relationship with God is where we'll find comfort and we'll find wholeness. And that's what I bless us all, that we should work through everything that happens to us. We should hold hands through life. We should help each other, learn the lessons that we have to learn, to understand that broken is not ugly, and that we should try to repair what we can repair and carry that which we can carry, and raise the whole world and bring more oneness to the world.